Okay, so today we are discussing about like emotional resilience. Emotional resilience. What is emotional resilience? This is a character. In fact, this is a powerful character of an individual or in this is a psychological power of an individual to face the hardships, but proper definition of emotional resilience, like what is emotional resilience and why we are discussing emotional resilience. We are focusing on emotional resilience, or we today are discussing or will try to understand emotional resilience in positive psychology, because you know that within positive psychology all of the powers and strengths of an individual are focused. The way to look at the health of an individual or an individual, and to focus on the well-being of an individual, psychological well-being especially, is the whole purpose of positive psychology. So within positive psychology, emotional resilience is described as what? Emotional resilience is described as like, look here, what is emotional resilience and how we can describe emotional resilience. Now, emotional resilience is described as a general capacity for flexible and resourceful adaptation to external and internal resource stressors. If there are some kind of the stressors, there are different type of the stressors, all those factors that cause us to feel stress. They can be external, from outside of environment, and they can be internal, which are related with internal, like psychological states of an individual, emotional states of an individual. So all those stressors, in the presence of all those stressors, if there is a general capacity for flexible and resourceful adaptation, if an individual have an ability to adapt in such type of situations, like in the presence of external and internal stressors. So that general capacity of an individual is called emotional resilience. It means that you are emotionally resilient. You are emotionally resilient. And in again, two different other definitions I also have put here, that this refers to the effective coping and adaptation when faced with hardship and adversity. This is again is defined as effective coping. Like, for example, coping means, coping is the process. It is an act or a process of dealing with different kind of adversities or problems or stresses in the life. So when we will think about emotional resilience, or will describe emotional resilience in other terms, like first of all, what it was a general capacity for flexible and resourceful adaptation to external and internal resources, stressors. And then it can also be defined as effective coping, like effectively you are coping when you face different kind of hardships and adversities in your life. Then it is again defined as a set of conditions that allow individual adaptation to different forms of adversity at different points in the life course. Like in a life, different type of problems occur, and if an individual is emotionally resilient, it means that that individual would be like able to face those different forms of adverse situations and adversity at different points in the life. So this is the quality of an individual to stand still and face different kind of problems of the life and stresses of the life. Resilience, what is the place of resilience in positive psychology? Like how positive psychology are the like proponents of positive psychology, they describe emotional resilience. They describe emotional resilience in positive psychology as the ability to cope with whatever life throws at you. Some people are knocked down by challenges, but they return as a stronger person, more steadfast than before. And these people are called emotionally resilient. We call these people emotionally resilient. For example, we all are human beings. We all people face different kind of challenges in our lives. And those challenges can be related with our personal life. Those challenges can be related with our professional life, and such type of challenges and stresses, if we feel unable to do any kind of like activity, or we feel that now we are not able to cope with these type of challenges, whether they are professional, whether they are personal, it means that you are not emotionally resilient person. And if those persons who think that whatever the life throws at them in a form of stresses and hardships and challenges, that person will just look at them as a challenge. When we think about the stresses in our life, if they are like hardships, they are adversities, they are something type of like हमारे ऊपर बहुत बड़े एक मुसीबत आ गई है, अब हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते हैं, अब हम क्या करें, इस तरह से मतलब when you think that you as a person cannot do anything in such type of adversities, any kind of an adversity or a problem or a stress, you are not a resilient person. And if you think that that problem or that hardship or that like a stress or a problem is a challenge for you, and challenges are always faced, they are not like think of, or we cannot think of them is of hardships, that they are the hardships and we cannot control them, we cannot cope them. If you think that you can cope them, it means you are, and positively cope them, and being resilience, developing resilience, you can cope them, it means that you are a resilient person. जब हम हमारे लाइफ में, मतलब ये कोई अनहोनी बात नहीं है, हम हमारे लाइफ में हम देखते हैं, भले हमारी लाइफ में नहीं हो, लेकिन हम लाइफ में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, भले दूसरे पर्सन के लाइफ में देखें, हम पर्सनली भी उसे फील करते हैं, चाहे वो आपके एकेडमिक लाइफ से रिलेटेड हो, जैसे आप स्टूडेंट हो, प्रोफेशनल जो है उनकी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ से रिलेवेंट होते हैं, कोई लाइक प्रोफेशनल लाइफ से मतलब ये है कि सिर्फ वो नहीं कि जो प्रोफेशन आपके किसी भी लाइफ के एरिया में प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं, और वो होते हैं, वो इनवाइटेबल होते हैं। हमें एक चीज समझ लेनी चाहिए कि लाइफ में जो प्रॉब्लम्स होंगे, जो हार्डशिप्स होंगे, या जो एडवर्सिटीज होंगी, यानी बहुत बड़े हादसा भी हो सकते हैं बाज दफा, वो इनवाइटेबल है, वो होंगे, लेकिन आपने उसे कैसे डील करना है, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इन अ पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी says that you have to be a resilient person. रेजिलियंट पर्सन का मतलब सिंपलेस्ट में, ये सारी डेफिनेशन हमने कर भी ली, हम कैसे समझेंगे, हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि वो जो प्रॉब्लम्स आपकी लाइफ में आते हैं, दे आर बेसिकली नॉट द प्रॉब्लम्स, दे आर द चैलेंजेस। जब हम उन्हें चैलेंजेस समझेंगे तो हम फिर उन्हें क्या करेंगे, ऑब्वियसली हम उन्हें साथ उनकी जो है वो चैलेंज ही लेके उनको उस प्रॉब्लम को, उस हार्डशिप और उस एडवर्सिटी की सॉल्यूशंस को फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश करेंगे, एंड वुड नॉट टेक इट एज अ हार्डशिप कि अब हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं, अब ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई, अब हम इसे कैसे फेस करें, अब ये कैसे होगा, और आप उसको कॉप करने के बजाय उसको ये समझें कि कुछ भी आप उसको सॉल्यूशन निकाल ही नहीं सकते हो, तो फिर ये आपके लिए वीकनेस हो जाएगी। आप उसको चैलेंज लें, जब आप चैलेंज लेंगे तो जो पहले आप पर्सन थे उससे भी ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्गर पर्सन होके आप सामने आ जाएंगे, और इसी तरह के पर्सन की क्वालिटीज रखने वाले पर्सन को जो है वो रेजिलियंट पर्सन कहा जाता है। ठीक है, resilient person, now look, a resilient person works through challenges by using personal resources, using restraints and other positive capacities of psychological capital, like hope. Psychological capital, it means that you are having a large amount of a capital, you are having a wealth, a psychological wealth, and this psychological wealth is hope. If you are having a characteristic of hope, if you are optimistic, and you are you believe that you are self-efficient to deal with that problem. Self-efficacy means your belief that you yourself are able to deal with the problem. And overcoming a crisis by resiliency is often described as bouncing back. Like bouncing back, it means that you will face that hardship, you will face the adversity, but you will bounce back. You will come again. You will just be 2 to 3 steps backward, and will come again to be very normal person and to deal with those situations without feeling any difficulty. Why? Because you will use what? आप क्या यूज करेंगे? रेजिलियंट पर्सन जो है वो किस तरह से चैलेंजेस को फेस करेगा, किस तरह से हार्डशिप को फेस करेगा, एडवर्सिटीज में कैसे वो डील कर रहा होगा, वो पर्सनल रिसोर्सेज यूज करेगा, वो स्ट्रेंथ्स जो उसकी, जिसको सिग्नेचर स्ट्रेंथ्स कहा जाता है पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी में, मार्टिन सेलिगमैन ने एक वर्ड यूज किया था सिग्नेचर स्ट्रेंथ्स, यानी आप अपने आप के पावर्स को, पोटेंशियल्स को, एबिलिटीज को और स्ट्रेंथ्स को आइडेंटिफाई करें, और जब ये प्रॉब्लम्स हो इस तरह के तो उनमें फिर उनका यूज करें, यूटिलाइज करें उन्हें. And other positive capacities are psychological capital. Psychological capital किसे कहा जाता है? Psychological capital of an individual is hope. Psychological capital of an individual includes optimism, and it includes the belief that you are self-efficient to deal with that problem. This belief is called self-efficacy. And overcoming a crisis via resiliency is often described as bouncing back to a normal state of functioning, which means that being resilient is also positively associated with happiness. This is how resilient you would be. You would be very happy person. Now, how to develop resilience or factors? What are the factors behind resilience? For example, if all understanding or listening 2 to 3 slides or 2 to 3 definitions on resiliency, how many of you think that you are resilient person and you deal with the hardships as taking them or thinking them as they are the challenges and you have to face with them, or you have to handle them, you have to cope them effectively? How many of you think that they can do it and they cannot do it? If they cannot do it, it means they are not resilient persons. So if some of us if I think that I am not a resilient person but I want to be, then this question answer is here, that how to develop resilience, how I can be a resilient person, and or what are the factors behind resilience, how can what are those factors which will help me to be a resilient person. Now look, now there is a scientist, a psychologist, these are 2 to 3 persons who have done the research, and they are saying that there is an overall protective factors for psychological resilience, and what these protective factors are which are affecting on the resilience, or they can be one of the many powerful factors. One of them is called parental parents, parents. Why? Because obviously human starts their life from as a child. So if from the childhood different type of the persons who remain present in their in children's life, they can also help them to develop resiliency. Why? Because they will provide protective factors for the psychological resilience. And what those persons are, one of them is very important, they are the parents. Like parents are considered the parents and the education level of those parents, socio-economic status, home environment, that whether the home environment is organized or disorganized, what is the level of the education of the parents, and what is their socio-economic status. All these things are very much important in the development of the resilience, power of resilience. And as a strong factors, they influences in the development of child psychological resilience. For example, what type of here I have not described it, I'm telling to you that what type of a parenting style is most useful, is very much useful for the development of resilience in the character of resilience in children. So the character of resilience can be developed by parents by using authoritative parenting style. Authoritative parenting style is a type of parenting style where the parents use they make the use of the love, they show the love to their children, but they also introduce their children with some type of disciplinary practices, that these are some type of the things which you have to follow, and they do not leave their children on their will कि आप जिस तरह से चाहे कर सकते हैं, नहीं है, एक डिसिप्लिन है और एक फॉर एग्जांपल आप समझ लीजिए कि वहां पे कंट्रोल भी है और वहां पे एक्सेप्टेंस भी है. तो ये दोनों चीजें जब साथ मिल जाती हैं तो फिर वो जो चिल्ड्रंस हैं, दे कैन like their self would be more able to develop the characteristics of resilience. And what are these characteristics of उसके अलावा, अच्छा ये स्लाइड से पहले उसके अलावा भी पेरेंट्स भी हैं, एजुकेशन भी है, सोशो इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस भी है, ये सारी चीजें जो हैं इन्वॉल्व हैं। कुछ और भी चीजें इन्वॉल्व हैं, कुछ और भी फैक्टर्स हैं, दे वुड बी डिस्कस्ड इन today's lecture, लेकिन these are some of very important factors which can help individuals and children to develop the power of and the characteristics of resilience. Now, what are the characteristics, or what could be the characteristics of resilience? Here you can see the characteristics of resilience include cognitive skills, personality differences, problem solving abilities, self-regulation, and adaptation to stress. In early relationships and supportive environments, for example, if we are providing our children, we are providing our youngsters supportive environments, they can develop tools that subconsciously develop their psychological resilience and these for aforementioned skills, like skills are cognitive skills, their personality, powerful strengths of their personality and their ability to solve the problem, and will help them to self-regulate. Like self-regulation is a powerful characteristic, psychological characteristic, which will again be helpful to develop रेजिलियंट। आप ये समझ लीजिए कि हम जब इमोशनल रेजिलियंस की बात कर रहे होते हैं तो हम ये एकदम यहाँ पे नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं, एकदम वो कोई ट्रेट नहीं है। दिस इज नॉट समथिंग लाइक ए क्रोमोसोम जो आप इनहेरिट करोगे, वो ऐसा नहीं है। आप हम जहाँ पे होंगे, जिन एनवायरमेंट्स में होंगे, उन एनवायरमेंट्स में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जहाँ से आपकी लाइफ जैसे स्टार्ट होती है, वहाँ पेरेंट्स जो है दे हैव टू प्ले देयर रोल, और वो रोल प्ले करेंगे, और उन रोल प्ले करने के अलावा मतलब व्हाट टाइप ऑफ अ पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल दे आर यूजिंग। अगर तो वो अथॉरिटेटिव पेरेंटिंग है, मैं अथॉरिटेटिव पेरेंटिंग इसलिए आपको कह रही हूँ क्योंकि आपको पता है कि जब हम पेरेंटिंग की थ्योरीज कर रहे थे और करते हैं, तो उसमें डायना बेमरिन की हम थ्योरी करते हैं पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल की, तो वो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिसर्च जो है वो प्रूव्ड है जो है कि आप अथॉरिटेटिव पेरेंटिंग बहुत पावरफुल टूल है, जिसमें से आप सेल्फ रेगुलेशन है, कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप होता है, प्रो सोशल बिहेवियर डेवलप होता है, और प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एबिलिटीज डेवलप होती है, और वो किस तरह से काम कर रहा होता है, वो उसमें एक्सेप्टेंस भी है और कंट्रोल भी है। हम पेरेंटिंग में या तो बहुत ज्यादा प्यार रख देते हैं, फिर यहाँ रिजेक्शन आ जाती है, लेकिन कंट्रोल और डिसिप्लिन को इग्नोर किया जाता है। तो वो कंट्रोल और डिसिप्लिन अगर नहीं होगा तो ऑब्वियसली जो है वो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ रेजिलियंस या प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एक्टिविटीज या द एबिलिटी ऑफ सेल्फ रेगुलेशन या पर्सनैलिटी स्किल्स एंड स्ट्रेंथ्स वो डेवलप नहीं हो सकेंगी। तो फिर आपको एनवायरनमेंट एज अ पेरेंट वो डेवलप करवाना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके आप इन सारी चीजों से आगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप जाके हुए फिर आप उन चिल्ड्रंस में, जो कि जब बड़े होंगे तो इंडिविजुअल्स जो हैं वो एडोलेसेंट्स हैं, एडल्ट्स हैं, वो रेजिलियंट पर्सन्स के सूरत में हमारे सामने आएंगे। हमारे यहाँ बहुत कम रेजिलियंस होती है, हमारे यहाँ जो है एटीट्यूड बड़ा चेंज होता है। प्रोटेक्टिव फैक्टर्स क्या हो सकते हैं? लाइक सम ऑफ द प्रोटेक्टिव फैक्टर्स आर सम ऑफ द लाइक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स व्हिच आर जिन्हें कहना चाहिए कि की प्रोटेक्टिव इंडिविजुअल फैक्टर्स हैं, दे कैन हेल्प अस टू बी मोर रेजिलिएंट। पॉजिटिव सेल्फ इमेज, मानो इफ यू वांट टू बी a resilient person and to reach at the एवरेस्ट ऑफ योर रेजिलियंस में इसलिए ये यूज करें क्योंकि बहुत बुलंदी की ऊपर आप एक कैरेक्टर की बात कर रहे होते हो जो कि ट्रेट भी नहीं है, यानी वो कभी भी डेवलप करवाया जा सकता है। ऐसा नहीं है कि एक पर्सन अगर रेजिलियंट नहीं है तो आप उसे छोड़ देंगे। आप अगर पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी के फॉलोअर्स हैं और प्रोपोनेंट्स हैं तो आप क्या बिलीव करते हो कि दिस इज नॉट अ ट्रेट, इट्स अ कैरेक्टर दैट कैन बी डेवलप। वो डेवलप हो सकता है, और उसमें कौन कौन सी चीजें जो है हेल्प करेंगी कि आप उसको डेवलप कर सके। positive self image, mano you have to have a very positive self image about yourself, then you have to develop the problem solving skill, सेल्फ रेगुलेशन, एडाप्टेबिलिटी, अडाप्ट करने की अपने क्वालिटीज हो। अगर सिचुएशन चेंज होती है तो अगर आप एडाप्ट उनमें नई चेंजिंग सिचुएशन में नहीं करेंगे, वेदर दे कैन बी गुड दे कैन बी बैड, तो फिर आप इट मींस के रेजिलियंस की तरफ नहीं जा सकते, वो रॉन्ग रूट होगा। नहीं, आपको वो रूट जो है वो रेजिलियंट की तरफ आपको लेके जा सकेगा। अंडरस्टैंड फेथ होना चाहिए. फेथ का मतलब ये होता है कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग द मीनिंग एंड पर्पस ऑफ योर लाइफ. What is the meaning and purpose of your life? For example, this meaning is one of the main characteristic of Karma model. We have discussed it in detail, that if you do not have a meaning in your life, it means that you do not have anything. Then positive outlook, skills and talents that are valued by self and community, in general acceptance by others. These are some type of the like situations and individual characteristics which are related within individual and within the community. And if these factors are existing in the environment, then those individuals who would be developing in such type of the environments, they would be like they could enjoy more chances to reach at the power of resiliency. Our surroundings are very much important. That's why I have given importance here to the role of environment in the development of resilience. Our surroundings shape who we are. Is it true or not? Is it true or not? Our surroundings shape who we are. So it seems crucial to design places and institutions like schools, like home environment, that promote individual and communal growth. Like growth of individual and growth of communities is resilient individual and resilient communities. After all, structure and safety affect the psychological resilience and factors such as public safety, availability to the healthcare facilities, access to the green space. All these are like some type of the factors which impact the development of an individual and a community's resilience. It is not only necessary for an individual to be resilient, but as a member of the society and community, if the all community as a whole is a resilient, it means that is a great thing which the individuals of that community can have and enjoy. The greater the social care in the holistic environments, the more likely the people will be exposed to the support structures that can help them when life gets hard. Like those communities where there is the power of resilience, there is a supportive environment, those individuals and communities will face hardships more easily as compared to those individuals and communities who do not have such type of characteristics, especially the resilience. Now education, after home and after the community, and education is one of the major factor to be considered. Like schools could be epicenter of developing resilience as well as safe spaces to practice and develop these skills. Pro-social organizations like sport teams, like club, they can also be the hotspots of resilience training. These environments can enable individuals to develop a positive self-image, and they can help the schools and the like sports clubs and sport teams and other community based like such type of institution. They will help to develop a positive self-image, believe in their strengths, and find their purpose amidst change. A core part of positive education movement is creating pro-social organizations and effective schools. Now, when we were doing positive education, if you remember, you have sent me an assignment on positive education and positive parenting. So positive education, it means the type of the education which will help you to develop your strength and to increase your psychological well-being, rather than the type of education which is only the source of developing stress in its learners. How do how can we become a resilient, हम कैसे जो है, how can we become a resilient person? Practically, what is necessary to do to becoming for becoming a resilient person? Like even if the environment you are there was not ideal to develop resilience, it's never too late. Being resilient is not a personality trait, it's a dynamic learning process. It means that the type of the environment where you are living, and that environment is not supportive, and you have not learned to be a resilient person, then it is not too late. It means that it's not too late. You can learn how you have to be a resilient person. Because why? Because this is a dynamic learning process, and you can learn it at any time. Major point in learning resilience is to take a perspective on things. For example, without reading this slide, I am telling to you that if there is a problem in one's life, that is a personal problem or that is a professional problem or any kind of a problem, close your eyes just for a while. Close your eyes for half an hour and just zoom out of that situation. आप उस situation में, घर में हो, कहीं और भी हो, किसी भी जगह पे हो, आप zoom out, leave that situation by closing your eyes and slowly, gradually leaving that situation, leaving from the home, leaving from that community, leaving from that environment, leaving from that country even, और फिर पूरी दुनिया से आप ऐसे समझो कि अब आप स्पेस में चले गए हो और वहां से देखो फिर दुनिया को कि ये कितनी है, उसमें आप कहाँ थे और उसमें आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या था। तो आपको लगेगा कि मैं तो जब प्रॉब्लम को वहां बैठ के देख रहा था, देख रही थी, तो ये तो बहुत बड़ी चीज थी, बहुत मुश्किल थी, वहां से निकलना ही मुश्किल था। तो आप उसको कॉन्शियसली वहां से एक एक्ट करते हुए, एक प्रैक्टिस करते हुए यहाँ से निकल जाए और फिर उसको उस तरह उस जगह से देखें जहाँ पे कि वो आपको और आप खुद को नजर आने लगे। You will get rid or you will just get something more powerful, power of resilience के आप उसको फेस कर सकते हो। समझे किस तरह से? अगर अब मैं इसको पढ़ रही हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल वन विजुअलाइजिंग टेक्निक जो कि मैंने आपको अभी डिस्कस की है, that can build resilience is to think of a recent challenge or a crisis in your personal life, and what you have to do, imagine the place you currently exist. आप अभी जिस प्लेस में हो उसको इमेजिन करो and slowly zoom out yourself, slowly zoom out of the building you are in, out of the place, out of the state, out of the country and even the continent. सारी दुनिया से इससे निकल जाए, then zoom out further, कहाँ पे? all the way through the ozone layer, उससे आगे चले जाए until you reach the moon and you can see the whole world. आप स्पेस में चले जाएं और वहां से फिर पूरी दुनिया को इमेजिन करते हुए देखें और फिर अपने प्रॉब्लम को देखें, तो आप समझेंगे कि ये क्या है। मतलब कोई इस तरह से आप वहां से कर सकते हो, कुछ भी जगह छोड़ के लोगों को जहाँ से प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं उनसे थोड़ा सा दूर होके, और फिर अगर आप उस जगह से और ये सारी चीजों के अलग होके डिटेच कर दें अपने आप को और फिर सोचेंगे, तो आपको लगेगा कि यू कैन डू अ लॉट। अच्छा, यहाँ जैसे मैंने आपको यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल दिया, तो हमारे जहन में क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि इट्स नॉट सिंपल टू चेंज अवर थॉट्स। ये बिल्कुल सही है, कभी कभार ये बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है, हम उन थॉट्स को चेंज कर ही नहीं सकते हैं, but it is often a key first step. Sometimes you need to zoom out in order to recognize that in larger scheme of things maybe we are still okay. For example, आप भली थॉट्स को चेंज नहीं कर पाए, लेकिन ये स्टेप जरूर लीजिए कि चीजों को इस तरह से, प्रॉब्लम्स को इस तरह से देखने शुरू कर दें जहां से ये आपको छोटी सी नजर आने लगे और ये बहुत लार्जर स्कीम ऑफ थिंग में आपको लगेगा कि इट्स ओके, मे बी वी आर स्टिल ओके एंड मे बी we even learn something from an uncomfortable experience and depend on the support of others. जब ये इस तरह के प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं और हम उनमें से निकल जाते हैं ना, तो हम बड़े हैप्पीली कोई ना कोई चीज जो है वो लर्न कर लेते हैं और हमें इसी तरह से जो है वो अपना प्रोसेस ऑफ लाइक जो है वो हैंडलिंग, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि फेस उसको कैसे करना है, फेस नहीं करना, हैंडल करना है, ठीक है। अच्छा, why emotional resilience, मतलब why is it necessary to be emotionally resilient? नहीं हो, हमारा काम हो रहा है, मतलब why it is necessary to understand emotional resilience and to think of emotional resilience as a psychological power very important for the well-being of an individual and societies and groups and communities. Why? Because you are living in a world where personal and professional and other type of stressors are there, and they are just doing this type of an activity with you, like these 5 fingers. If you think of these 5 fingers as 5 different types of the stressors, they are doing this activity and this behavior with your nervous system and your whole like personality. Now look how we are in the hands of these stressors. Can you believe that this is our state in the hands of stressors? This is true. There are the problems of family, the home, in the like savings, like relationships, like health, like future, like security, social security, emotional security, and like जो बिल्स आते हैं आजकल, तो सबसे ज्यादा बड़ा बिल जो है वो इंटरनेट का ही यूज का आ रहा है. तो ये सारी चीजें आपको क्या करती हैं, टाइमली स्ट्रेस कर रही होती है. लेकिन आपने क्या करना है, आपने ये सोचना है कि जो when times are tough, it is easy to lose hope and optimism. That's why we need to know our strengths, especially when life gets tough. इसके ऊपर मैंने एक मार्टिन सेलिगमैन जो है उसके ये एक दो चार लाइनें जो है वो मैंने यहाँ रखी हुई हैं कि जो आपके अपने सिग्नेचर स्ट्रेंथ्स है ना, उनको आप पहचान लीजिए. आप अपनी एबिलिटीज और क्वालिटीज को समझ लीजिए कि आप में क्या क्वालिटीज हैं, एबिलिटीज क्या है. क्योंकि जब ये हार्डशिप्स वाले टाइम आते हैं, टफ टाइम्स आते हैं, और जब हम होप और ऑप्टिमिज्म को लूज कर देते हैं ना, तो फिर ये जो सिग्नेचर स्ट्रेंथ्स हैं ये हमें हेल्प आउट करते हैं. ठीक है. और तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, मतलब हमें ये जो स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशंस हैं, क्या इसमें हमें छोड़ देना चाहिए सारी चीजें, हम क्या करना चाहिए, हमें छोड़ नहीं देनी चाहिए. वी हैव टू फेस एंड डील विद देम. Only emotionally resilient person can successfully deal. So what is the necessity of being emotional resilient? That you can deal and face with the problem when you are emotionally resilient. Because these persons, now what these persons do, emotionally resilient person make the use of positive emotions. They believe in gratitude and inspiration and hope and love and like amusement and interest and a sense of pride and feeling joy. These type of the emotions which are positive emotions, they will help you a lot to be a resilient person. It means these all things are those which are very much related with the use of emotion, being positive person and then resilient person. Avoid negative emotions, jealousy, frustration, sadness, grief, and depression, and guilt, and doubt, and annoy, and the shame, and such type of negative emotions and negative emotional states are not good for a resilient person. The resilient person will not use these type of the thing. This is the thing. Now, what is emotional capital? Emotional capital is in fact the relationship and the people and the persons you have in your life. If you have positive persons in your life, if you have supportive persons in your life, if you have emotional capital, positive emotions in your life, collect them continuously, and your heart would be filled with these positive emotions, positive like people, and you would be more resilient person, happy person, and will live long. Your lifeline will increase. Why? Because now look here, emotional connection among human being is like oxygen. We humans cannot live without oxygen. So this human relationship, human cohesion between the person and the relation between them, the sense of connectedness, this is all about, like an oxygen, and it will help you to live or to be psychologically healthy person. What we need creativity, we need love, we need productivity, we need peace, we need humanity, we need patriotism, and finally we need to believe in what? We need to believe in humanity. We have to be very positive person, and all these things will increase our lifeline, and this will increase the lifeline of our psychological health. Now we want the individual